Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo, and today we're going to talk about 8 items that every reseller needs to have. And I'm not using the word need facetiously. You need these items before you ever get started as a reseller. They're all pretty inexpensive and easy to get, but they are absolutely necessary to have if you're going to be running a reselling business. These are in no particular order, just however I thought of them and they came out of my head. I wrote them down. So these aren't like in order of importance or anything. I think they're all equally important, and I think that all 8 of these items are something that you should make sure you have immediately if you don't already. If you're already reselling and you don't have these items, you need to get them ASAP. We're going to jump right in with the first thing is a tape measure or yardstick, something that measures. If you are going to be reselling used clothing, you will need a tape measure to take measurements of the clothing. And if you're going to be selling plush, coffee mugs, photo frames, anything like that, it is very, very, very important that one of the pictures you put in your listing is that item next to a measuring tape so that the buyer gets an idea of how big the item is. If you have a sock monkey for sale and you just have a picture, a close-up of the sock monkey, and you don't have any pictures of the monkey next to a measuring tape, a buyer might think it's a small one or a large one and buy it and be upset when they get it because they made the assumption in their own head of the size and it's not what they wanted. And that goes for pretty much all hard goods. You want to show your buyer how big it is. Some folks will put a quarter in the picture or, a Pepsi can or whatever, but I don't recommend that just because I don't like having extra items in the photos. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it looks professional. 1, 2, you're always going to get some weird oddball buyer that's going to say, I didn't get everything that was pictured. They think they get everything that's in the picture. It has happened, and it does happen, and I know it sounds weird. Like, who would think if they're looking at a photo of a shot glass next to a quarter that's there to show the size, they think they're going to get the quarter or the Coke can or whatever. But there has been item not as described cases open for those reasons. So I always recommend do not put anything extra in your picture. Unless you're on Poshmark, that is a whole other world. Poshmark photos can have plants and accessories, and for some reason Posh buyers understand that if the listing's for jeans but there's a picture of heels and a rope of pearls and a cactus, that it's just there for ambiance. But on eBay, don't put anything else in there. Just include a photo of your item next to the measuring tape or yardstick, whatever you have, and then you'll also use it to measure clothing. The second thing is a scale. The scale is so important. I cannot stress how important this is. This is probably like number 1 importance of today's list. Why? Because you need to be weighing your items at home and printing out your own postage. If you're taking your items to the post office and allowing them to weigh them there and paying their rates, you are wasting money. You are throwing money away. When you print your labels through eBay, you are getting a discount. You are getting a discount as a business. And as you move forward and become a top-rated seller, there's additional discounts. So you want to take advantage of those. You never want to pay the rates that they charge you at the post office. And also, if you're printing through eBay, your first-class labels will cover up to 15.9 ounces. And if you go to the post office as a regular customer there, that first class rate will only go up to 13 ounces. And then you're going to be paying priority on anything over that. And you don't want to do that, because if you have a pair of jeans that's 15 ounces, you want to pay first class for them. You want to save money everywhere you can. Every single time you can save even just a penny on your business expenses, save that penny, because before you've known it, you've saved 50 pennies or 50,000 pennies, but it all adds up. You want to absolutely cut your costs everywhere you can and make as much profit as you can that you can turn back around into capital to reinvest in your business and buy more products to sell. So do not take your packages to the post office and have them weighed there. You're going to be paying way more than you need to. You have a scale at home, you can weigh the packages right at home, print your labels out, and save money. So this is a very important tool. And then that leads me into a printer. So when you're first getting started, you don't need a super duper fancy, expensive thermal printer. Do I recommend one eventually? Yes. But if you're just getting started out, you just need some kind of printer that you can print your labels out after you weigh them. It is a pain in the butt. It really is on a regular printer to print out the paper, and then you got to cut it in half, and then you have to tape it to every package. But if you're just getting started, I don't recommend spending the money on a thermal printer. Eventually, yes, you want to, because it does save a lot of time and it's more convenient. But in the beginning, it's best that you take every little bit of profit that you're making and reinvest it back into your business as far as more inventory to sell. It's more important in the beginning to build up your inventory than it is to get fancy office supplies. That's just my opinion. Keith and I, for almost a year, cut and taped labels onto packages before we ever bought our first thermal printer. And we'll get into that. I'm going to be doing another video tomorrow about 5 items you should have. But today we're just talking about what you need. You don't need a fancy printer in the beginning. You just need something to print the labels on. And if you have to cut and tape them to the packages for 6 months or for a year, that's fine, because you want to be reinvesting everything you're making back into the business, into inventory. So any kind of printer is fine. If you really can't afford a printer at all when you're first starting out and you have to handwrite the labels, you can do that. But again, you're going to be paying the prices at the post office that they're going to charge you. It's kind of really important that you're printing them out, because then you're getting the discount. The next thing you're going to need is tape. So if you're taping your labels on, you're going to need tape. If you're shipping anything in boxes, you're going to need tape. If you're just doing used clothing and plush and shipping in polymailers, you probably won't need tape except for your labels in the beginning until you get the stick-on labels. You can get eBay branded tape for free if you have a store subscription through eBay. Every quarter you get a coupon code to use in the eBay shipping supply store for free supplies. How much your coupon is for, or your code is good for, depends on your store subscription size. I believe the lowest is like 20 or 25. I can't remember. Ours is 50. But yeah, once a quarter you get a coupon. Make sure you're using it. You guys, you're paying for your store subscription. You're paying good money for that store subscription. So make sure you're taking advantage of all of the tools and items that come along with paying for that subscription. Use your Terapeak, use your coupon codes, utilize the sales and the markdowns and all the tools that you have on the back end. I cannot stress that enough. Even if you think this is ugly, you know what? If you can get it for free and you don't have to pay for it, get it for free. You're paying for that store subscription. Utilize it. The supplies you can get with the coupon are vast. It's like their whole eBay store. You can get eBay branded polymailers. We get some of the air jackets, like the padded first class envelopes sometimes for our remotes. You can get tape. You can get tissue paper if you want to have fancier packages. Like we wrap most of our clothes in tissue paper. You can get boxes. So don't forget to use that. If you run out of eBay tape and you have to buy tape, there's lots of different kinds of clear tape on the market. This is our favorite. Now we have the clear tape and the eBay tape. Actually, we have 2 tape guns. We have one always preloaded with the eBay branded tape, which we use for 99% of things. The clear tape is specifically for Amazon, because you don't want to use eBay branded tape for Amazon packages. But I will tell you guys, I do use eBay branded tape on Poshmark packages, and knock on wood, I haven't had a complaint yet. I used to tape their labels on with this. I tape the boxes together with this. If I put tissue paper in any Posh packages, I use eBay. I do it for Macari and I do it for Bonanza. No one really complains. Most folks understand that you're just trying to use the supplies that you have without being wasteful to the environment. So we have both kinds. But if you need to get clear tape, if you're an Amazon seller, or you use up all the tape and you don't have your, you're waiting for the next quarter to get your next coupon code, this is what we recommend. This is our favorite. It is by Duck Brand. It's called Easy Start. It's relatively inexpensive. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Walmart. The reason we like it is because it is absolutely easy to start, just like it says it is, but it rolls off like butter. I don't know how else to explain it. It's the smoothest tape I've ever used. It just kind of rolls off like smooth butter. And it's relatively inexpensive. If you get it in bulk packs, it's super cheap. So that is what we use when we don't use the eBay branded tape. Moving forward, you're going to need a camera. Obviously, you have to take photos for your listings. You can use the camera on your phone. You can use a digital camera. Anything that's available to you. I know that some folks, when they're just getting started as resellers, they may have a phone that's 3 or 4 years old, and that's okay. You work with what you can until you make enough money to upgrade. And again, I cannot stress this enough, super important. In the beginning, for the first year or two, you really want to be focusing on building up your inventory, whether you're buying more inventory to have even more listings in a volume-based business, or if you're scaling up and getting better inventory and raising your average sale price as you move forward. But that's what's super important in the beginning, that you're reinvesting the money into either more and better or better and more. You just need to put it back into the inventory. And then eventually you can upgrade your printers and your phones and your lights and your background and all of that. But I would say the first year or two, you really want to be focused on your inventory and make do with what you have. We all started somewhere. We all started with nothing. I mean, like I said, we taped our labels on for at least a year before we upgraded. And then we had a thermal printer that wasn't the best or the top of the line that we used for another year before we upgraded again. So any camera will do, a camera phone, digital camera. You just need something that takes photos. You need some kind of device to list on. So you can list straight from your phone, a desktop computer, a laptop computer, a notebook, an iPad, a tablet, whatever you have, whatever kind of device you have, you can list from that. You don't need to go and get a fancy laptop or a fancy computer. That will come later. Just use whatever you have around you. Get the pictures taken. That's the most important thing. And then getting them listed. And then last, but not last. I got 2 more things. Sorry, guys. You need lights. Do you need to start out with $60 lights like the ones behind me? No, we didn't. We, again, worked our way up until we could afford to invest that money into fancy lights. So you don't need to start out with those. I mean, if you have money and you can afford all of these fancy things in the beginning, that's great. But I'm going off of the assumption that most people who have started a reselling business are doing it secondary to a full-time job or a part-time job, and they're starting out with very little money and very little inventory. So you just want to work with what you have. So you want to get maybe a couple of lamps around the stuff you're photographing. Don't use the flash on your phone. That can wash out the photos. I know that some folks who don't have lights will use natural light. If you have like a bay window in your house or a room with a lot of windows and you have the ability to take your photos during the daytime with the sun shining in, that's really great. Some folks even go outside with their mannequins and take photos outside in the sunshine. You can do that. You can use natural light. Natural light's really good, actually. Or you can just put a lot of lamps around, but just make sure you have really good light. Whatever you have to do to make that happen, don't have dark photos. Don't have photos that have shadows on them. And that kind of goes into the background a little bit too. You don't need to pay for a big setup like ours. with the stand and the paper, but don't throw your items on the floor to photograph them. Don't throw them on top of a couch that has a busy print. Don't throw them on the bathroom floor. Don't hang them on the shower and take your photo there. Try to make it look nice. Even if you don't have the expensive setup like ours, you can lay a nice fuzzy blanket down. You can, if you have wood panel walls like ours, you can take them up against that. In fact, that's what we did until we had a background. We used our wood panel walls. You can put up a curtain, a sheet, a poster board that you can get for $3 at Walmart. Just something that's a solid, nice background, not busy, not the floor, certainly not the bathroom. I'm telling you guys, there are some listings out there with photographs where I just look at them and I'm baffled. Like, what were you thinking? Why is this shirt hanging on the handle of your oven? Why is this plush thrown next to a toilet? Yeah, so just get whatever good light you can and a nice, solid background. And then last but not least, you need something to mail them in, because once you get the photos and you get the listings up, things are going to start selling and you're going to have to mail them. Most people that are going to be doing used clothing and plush are going to be using polymailers. And again, you can get some of those for free with your coupon, although I really recommend using your coupon in the beginning to stock up on as much tape as you can, because tape is a commodity in our business and we use a ton of it. And I love getting this for free and stockpiling it. Eventually you're going to have so much tape you don't know what to do with it. And then you can start using your coupon for poly mailers and tissue papers and boxes and whatever else you need. Poly mailers really aren't that expensive, and you can get a whole bunch in bulk from the Boxery, which is where we get ours. And the most common size is 9 by 12. You can ship most of your first class clothing in here will fit. Jeans even. I've had extra large 3XL men's shirts I can fit in one of these. As long as they're first class. You want to use polymailers only for first class, because you're going to be paying for polymailers. These are going to cost you money out of your business. So you want to use them only for first class. And I say that because anything that's going to go priority, anything that weighs over a pound, you can get free supplies. So don't use your own supplies that you're paying for with your business capital for priority, because you can order those for free, and we're going to talk about that next. But 9 by 12 is the most common size for your small, medium, plush, and most of your first class clothing is going to fit right in there very nicely. I did do a video a couple weeks ago called Shipping Plush 101, and in that video I talked a little bit more about different sizes of polymailers and boxes and things, and I'll have that pop up at the end for you and you can watch it. Now, as far as mailing things that are over a pound or that are going to go priority, you can get so many different kinds of free supplies from the United States Postal Service. You go to their website, USPS.com. You have to create an account. It's free to create it. And then you can start ordering free supplies. So you can get these padded flats, which is most commonly used for jeans, jackets, hoodies, anything you can shove in here. If it fits, it ships. So if it fits in here, and it will go at the priority mail padded flat rate, which is going to be different depending on whether you're top rated plus or just top rated on eBay. But you will get a discount, and it's $8 or less depending on what you're paying for it to ship anything that fits in there. Some people use these even for hard goods, I should say. But if you go through their website, USPS.com, they have many different size boxes. They have flat rate boxes. They have flat rate envelopes that aren't padded, that are more like a paper that you could use for other items. So go to USPS.com, look around, see what you think you might need. What are you selling? What kind of boxes or envelopes or whatever are you going to need? And then ship all your priority stuff, everything in those, because those are free. If you can ship it in something you didn't pay for, absolutely. Save the poly mailers that cost you money for your first class. And then Poshmark, you can ship in the free stuff too. You can ship your items on Poshmark in anything except the express mailers. Most of us don't even have express boxes or mailers on hand because most buyers aren't going to pay the exorbitant amounts to get stuff shipped overnight. So your priority padded flats, your boxes, even the flat rate mediums and smalls and stuff like that, you can use any of them for any order on Poshmark as long as it's under 5 pounds. And then with eBay, you'll need to accordingly, when you go to check out at shipping and buy your labels, you'll have to figure out the cheapest rate. Is it going to be medium flat? Is it going to be a padded flat, etc.? So just to recap before I let you guys go, the 8 items every reseller needs. You need a tape measurer, a scale, a printer, tape, a camera, your phone's fine, some kind of device to list on. You're going to need some kind of lights and something to mail your stuff in. If you guys are looking for any of these products that I've talked about today, down below in the description box, I have a full list of every single tool and item that Keith and I use in our business on a daily basis. You can click on any link to go directly to the item to see exactly what it is we use, how much it costs, and either purchase them or make plans to purchase them in the future. These are affiliate links, so if you guys do use them, we do get a small commission at no additional cost to you. So just by shopping, you can help support our channel, and we do appreciate it. All right, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. It really helps the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you'd like to, please do so. Help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos on all social media. Don't forget to join our Facebook group. Free to join Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. Link is down below. And till next time, guys, go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.